Everyone, I'm with Lee. He's a wonderful client of mine and he's very kindly offered to do me a client testimonial. So, Lee, can you tell me, first of all, why you came to me in the first place? What did I need to help you solve?
Well, the reason I came to you in the first place, Julie, was for my overthinking, lack of confidence and self-belief, and just generally stressful behaviors. Like those were things that were really keeping me down, not letting me progress out into the person that I really wanted to be. It was just
Hmm.
keeping me in a right stagnant place.
Okay. And we've worked together with one deep dive subconscious change. And how
Mhm.
have you found that since our session?
I've been nothing but better since following through on that session, using the, audio guides provided after, and, the immediate effect after that session was second to none. Like, I've had therapy in the past that over 10 sessions, I didn't make a dent in the level of change that came through from that session. I felt like so much more confident. I felt like I'd really got past something that had been holding me back for a long time, something that I was probably never able to get through in
Hmm.
years of just normal cognitive behavioral therapy.
Hmm. Amazing. And we're not here to, all therapies have a place, right? And,
Mhm.
and this is the message I'm trying to get across to everybody that's watching is I am not just a therapist. I am not just a coach. When you come to work with me, you get all of it. You get the subconscious changes with the hypnosis, but you also get to free yourself from the past, and we can work on your future and what you want to do in the future. And obviously, with lots of tools and techniques to help you along the way. So, this is really important to get across. So, we worked together actually earlier on in the year, and since then you've been traveling and you've been
Mhm.
having, a great time. What's been different? Because one of the things that you said before was that you suffer from social anxiety. How's
Mm.
that been, being traveling out there?
To be fair, it couldn't be more stark of a difference, because being away, traveling for a long period of time, you're only ever meeting people that you don't know. And obviously, being socially anxious, a lot of the time when I was meeting new people before those sessions, I felt as though that I didn't know where to start. I wouldn't even know how to start a conversation with someone. I would just sort of hang around, and it would only really be if I was around people I knew that I'd feel comfortable. But following those sessions, I felt more than capable of just getting out of my skin, just being like, what am I worried about? I can go talk to people. There's no reason for me not to talk to these people. They're all here doing exactly what I'm doing. Why would I not? And
Amazing.
that felt like it was something directly coming from those sessions that I felt the confidence and capability to do so.
Amazing. And when we did the session, you obviously didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I do
Mm.
my best to try and explain it, but it is one of those things that until you do it, you just don't know.
Mhm.
How would you, if someone said, look, describe to me what goes on, and, obviously don't go into detail of what happened for you, but
Mm.
how would you describe the process to them?
Yeah, to be fair, it's not really like anything else that you experience. You're really sort of you're there within yourself, like you understand what's going on. You are sort of aware of the situation, but you're pulling things out from parts of your brain that you didn't even know were there, and you can't explain how it's happening. It just sort of comes out. It's completely unconscious. It just happens that you'll sit there, you'll be thinking as Julie guides you through it, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa, I've never had that come out of my brain before. I've never even thought of that." And only in those moments do you realize just how much it can help, because there's things that were holding
Mm.
me back that I didn't even know were holding me back. Things that
Mm.
happened in my past that I had no idea. I couldn't remember them from my conscious brain, and being able to actually deal with those because I was now aware of them helped me just massively get through a lot of the things that were holding me back.
Mm, exactly. And that is the power of the subconscious mind, isn't it?
Mm.
5% of our mind is conscious and the 95 is our subconscious, and our body is the subconscious. And it's also about finding those parts of our body as well that are holding on to that particular issue. Say, like for confidence, for example, there's a part of us that we create that keeps us small, keeps us unconfident
Mhm.
because it's created this part. and obviously without going into any detail of your story, that's what it did. And once we find it, we free it, don't we? And then you just don't feel like you lack confidence anymore.
Mhm. No, absolutely, 100%.
And the recording that I create for everybody is very bespoke. And even now, you said you still listen to it. But what was the power of the recording, do you think?
It just helped like further instill everything that we'd gone through in that session, because I could see how having a session like that, there was like an immediate effect that made me feel, wow, I feel like I've really made some changes there. But having that constant reinstating of all of the things we'd gone through, all of the things that I needed to work on, it just made my brain constantly remember, oh, this is how you should feel. This is what we
Mm,
worked on. This is, and after like a good few weeks, a couple months of just listening to that once a night or a couple times a day, eventually it was just the case that my brain was now just geared that way. Like
mm.
I don't need to sit there and listen to it. Obviously, I do from time to time because it's nice to have it like just reinstated. But the fact that my brain could be like rewired effectively into that way of thinking was really powerful. Like it was something
Yeah,
that
it
really,
is like mind blowing, isn't it?
yeah,
Really, when
absolutely.
you do it like that, and that's
Mm,
the thing because the mind learns by repetition. So a belief is that it's just something that you believe, right? Sometimes it's your own belief, sometimes it's a belief that other people have forced onto you,
mm,
but it is just something that you've been told, right? So with the recording, we're giving you new positive beliefs, right? So rather than the belief being, say, I'm not good enough, I'm
mm.
good, I'm amazing, I'm more than enough. I don't feel confident. I'm confident. I can do anything I want to do. I love meeting new people. And it's all that wonderful, powerful, visionary stuff as well, isn't it?
Mm.
But because your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. That's important to know as well. And it doesn't know whether it only knows the current time, it only knows the present. So it doesn't, your subconscious mind won't be thinking about the future. It won't be thinking about the past. That's your conscious mind doing that.
Mm.
So when you tell yourself things, you tell yourself like you're already doing it. I am amazing. I am phenomenal. I can do anything I do. You know, I've got money in abundance, love and I've got it. You've already got it, right?
Yeah,
And that's what the recording's doing. It's telling you that. And then you, like you say, you just wake up every day and you can hear those words now. Instead of the negative ones that you heard before, you're
mm.
now hearing the positive ones, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've established then that you're definitely feeling way more confident.
Hmm.
You're not as stressed as you were now. And your only issue you've got right now really is to really understand what you want to do in the future, right? Because you've now opened your horizons to new things. And
Hmm.
it's about following through with that now and realizing that you are enough. You can do anything you want to do. And now you just need to work out what that is, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and to be fair, with all of the work we went through and all of the stuff that we'd worked out, I feel like that path is much clearer to me than I felt like it was in the past.
Mm,
It feels like I've actually got the foresight and the mental fortitude to be able to go, this is where I want to be. This is what I can do. This is what I know I can do. And having that like confidence really instilled in my brain is just going to make things a world different from it
yeah.
was beforehand.
Because you've let go, right? What you've done
Mm.
is you've let go of the old stories that you were telling yourself, and now your brains and body's empty of that. So it's got room
Mhm.
now to fill up with really good stuff.
Yeah, exactly so.
And that's the thing, it's about letting go. So, what would you say to anybody who's watching this, who's suffering in a similar way, or with any other physical or psychological conditions that that's ruining their life? What would you say to them?
I would say that it's absolutely something that's worth looking into. Julie had been nothing but helpful, fantastic. She's got a great energy, even outside of like the therapy side of things. She's just someone who's like really, really helpful and lovely to talk to.
Oh,
Going through the process has like completely changed the way that I think and feel. And I can't really stress enough that there is no way in my mind thinking about whatever I've been through in the past. I can't see a better way of getting through it than what I got through with Julie. It felt like years worth of work was done in just a few sessions. And the one deep dive session completely like blew my mind. So I can't recommend it enough.
Oh, thank you, darling. And this is the thing, isn't it? With the subconscious changes, it's fast,
Mm,
it's permanent, and then you get that like this new lease of life. But don't get me wrong, sometimes people need more than one package, if you like,
mhm.
but it depends on how many issues you want to resolve. But
Yeah,
Lee, for the moment, he's good on what he's done, right? We're going to do some
absolutely.
conscious coaching still, just so we can help him get to where he needs to be in the future. But he's
Mhm,
good. But he's an onion, right? We've peeled away a few layers. He's going to live with that and sit with that for a while. But if at any time he decides he wants to come back and investigate some more, then he will.
mhm.
If not, he won't. It's as simple as that. It is a
Yeah.
blessing and a curse for me because the success rate is so powerful. I do kind of I'm freed of my clients very quickly, which means I have to pay more. But
Mm,
what a lovely feeling to know that, we go through where he was before, where he was after, and he goes, yeah, no, don't have that no more. And I'm like, wow.
mm.
And you didn't have to come and see me week in, week out and scratch wounds and keep repeating yourself, did you? We do a little bit of talk at the beginning just to get an idea. Then we do the deep dive session. We go identify, dig, and release. Then you get the recording, and then we have the conscious coaching sessions as part of that process.
Mhm.
But the magic happens immediately, and then more magic happens later.
Yeah,
I think that's the
100%.
way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. So it was
Yeah.
always the case that immediately after the session, I felt like a immediate change, but the like reinstating it over those like weeks or like months or so. Because to be fair, I felt I was meant to have a session sooner, but from being away, I didn't have the time to do it.
He just didn't
But
have time.
Julie was still following up with me anyway, and it like to know that she was there if I really needed her, and she was happy to help at any time.
Mm,
That gave me that extra confidence as well. That it was sort of like everything else is already working, but I know that if I was struggling, you are still there, and you're not just going
mm.
to be like, "Nah, it's done now." Which
Done that. He's
sometimes
done
you can't
that.
get hold of people, and
Yeah.
sometimes you need someone to be able to just do like, "Please help."
Yeah, we did. We had WhatsApp conversations quite regularly, didn't we? And you go, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm going to be home, but well, I haven't got to because I'm only going to be home for about a week. Then I'm going off somewhere else.
yeah,
How lovely for me though to just witness that.
mm,
Sorry, the man who didn't know how he was going to speak to people on his trip, and then
mm.
then he can't even remember all the places he's been to when I asked him to reel them off earlier. So he's just done so many, but how cool's that, right?
Yeah, no, it's been
So,
incredible.
that's amazing. And thank you so much for putting your trust in me in the first place.
No, thank
And
you.
it's been a pleasure working with you and obviously still working with you. But
Mhm.
and yeah, so thank you so much for doing this as well. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No, it's all. Thank you, Julie.